Here's a simple and interesting story about Anna's weekend, written as an English conversation for beginners. Narrator. This is a story about Anna's weekend. Let's hear what she did. Anna. I wake up at 8 a.m. on Saturday. I feel excited because I have many plans for the day. Anna's friend, Lisa. Good morning, Anna. What are you going to do today, Anna? Good morning, Lisa. First, I eat a big breakfast. I have pancakes, eggs, and orange juice. After breakfast, I go for a walk in the park. The weather is nice and sunny. Lisa. That sounds fun. Do you see anything interesting in the park, Anna? Yes, I do. I see children playing, people walking their dogs, and beautiful flowers. I take some pictures with my phone. Lisa. What do you do next? Anna. After my walk, I go to the bookstore. I love reading, so I spend a lot of time there. I find a new mystery novel that looks really good. Lisa. Nice. I love mystery novels too. Do you read the book right away? Anna. Not yet. I meet my friend Sarah for lunch. We eat at a little cafe. I have a chicken sandwich and Sarah has a salad. We talk about our week and our plans for the summer. Lisa. It sounds like you had a great time. What do you do after lunch? Anna. After lunch, I go home and start reading my new book. It's very exciting. In the evening, I watch a movie with my family. We watch a comedy and laugh a lot. Lisa. That sounds like a perfect day. What about Sunday? Anna. On Sunday, I wake up at 9 a.m. I make a cup of coffee and relax on the balcony. I read my book for a while. Then I decide to bake cookies. I love baking. Lisa. Yummy. What kind of cookies do you bake, Anna? I bake chocolate chip cookies. They smell so good. I share them with my neighbors, and they love them too. Lisa. You are so kind, Anna. Do you do anything else on Sunday? Anna. Yes, I do. In the afternoon, I visit my grandparents. We have tea and talk about old times. I always enjoy listening to their stories. Lisa. That's wonderful. How do you end your weekend, Anna? Well, after visiting my grandparents, I decided to take a little adventure. I drove to the countryside, just outside the city, to watch the sunset. There's a beautiful hill with a panoramic view where you can see the whole city below. I brought a blanket, some snacks, and my favorite book. I found a perfect spot and settled down to relax. Lisa. That sounds so peaceful. Were you alone or did you go with someone? Anna. I went alone this time. It was really nice to have some quiet time to myself. I brought my camera and took some photos of the sunset. It was breathtaking. The sky turned brilliant shades of orange, pink, and purple. The fresh air and the beauty of nature really helped me clear my mind and recharge. Lisa, that must have been a great way to relax before starting the new week. What did you do after that? Anna. After the sunset, I felt really inspired, so I drove back home and decided to pamper myself a bit. I took a long, relaxing bath with lavender-scented candles and some calming music. It was the perfect way to unwind after such a busy weekend. Lisa, that sounds amazing. I think I need to try that too. Did you do anything else before going to bed? Anna. Yes, I did. I decided to do some journaling. I wrote about my weekend and all the things I did. It's a habit I started recently, and I find it really helps me reflect and feel grateful. Then I made a to-do list for the upcoming week to get organized. Lisa, that's such a good idea. I always feel better when I have a plan for the week. Did you watch any more movies or shows? Anna, actually, I did. After journaling, I made some herbal tea and curled up on the couch to watch the first episode of a new series I've been wanting to start. It's a mystery drama, and it was really captivating. I only planned to watch one episode, but it was so good that I ended up watching two more. Lisa, I know the feeling. Sometimes it's hard to stop when a show is really good. Did you manage to get enough sleep? Anna, surprisingly, yes. I went to bed around 11 p.m., which is earlier than usual for me. I wanted to make sure I was well rested for the week ahead. I woke up feeling refreshed and ready to tackle Monday. Lisa, it sounds like you had the perfect balance of fun, relaxation, and productivity. Do you have any tips for making weekends so enjoyable? Anna, I think the key is to mix things up. Do something fun and exciting, but also make time for relaxation and self-care. Planning a few activities in advance helps, but also leave room for spontaneity. And most importantly, spend time with people you care about. It makes everything more enjoyable. Lisa, thanks for the advice, Anna. You've inspired me to plan a more balanced and enjoyable weekend for myself. Maybe I'll start with a trip to that hill for the sunset. Anna, you should. It's really beautiful. And if you need any company, just let me know. We can have a little picnic there. Lisa, I'll definitely keep that in mind. Thanks, Anna. I can't wait for next weekend now. Me too, Lisa. Here's to more wonderful weekends ahead. Narrator. And with that, Anna and Lisa ended their conversation, both feeling excited and inspired for the next weekend. Anna's thoughtful approach to balancing fun and relaxation made her weekend special, and she couldn't wait to share more adventures with Lisa in the future. Next weekend, this about Lisa's weekend. Let's hear what she did. Anna, good morning, Lisa. What did you do this weekend? Lisa, good morning, Anna. On Saturday, I woke up around 7 a.m. and started my day with a yoga session. It really helps me feel centered and ready for the day. Anna, that sounds relaxing. What did you do after yoga? Lisa, after yoga, I made myself a hearty breakfast of avocado toast and smoothie. Then I decided to visit a nearby botanical garden. I love spending time among the flowers and plants. Anna, that sounds lovely. Did you see anything interesting there? Lisa, yes, I did. The garden had a special exhibit of rare orchids, and they were absolutely stunning. I took lots of photos and enjoyed the peaceful atmosphere. Anna, that's wonderful. What did you do next? Lisa, later in the afternoon, I met up with a few friends for a picnic at the park. We brought sandwiches, fruits, and some homemade lemonade. We spent a few hours playing frisbee and chatting. Anna, it sounds like a lot of fun. What did you do after the picnic, Lisa? After the picnic, I went home and spent some time working on a DIY craft project. I've been trying to make some handmade candles. It was a bit messy, but really satisfying. Anna, that sounds interesting. How did the candles turn out? Lisa, they turned out pretty well. Some are a bit uneven, but I like how they look. I plan to give a few as gifts to friends and family. Anna, nice. What did you do in the evening? Lisa, in the evening, I decided to have a quiet night in. I cooked a nice dinner, some grilled chicken with vegetables, and watched the documentary I had been wanting to see. It was a relaxing way to end the day. Anna, that sounds perfect. What about Sunday, Lisa? On Sunday, I woke up a bit later, around 9 a.m. I made a cup of coffee and enjoyed it while reading a book on my balcony. It was a great start to the day, Anna. What did you do after your coffee, Lisa? I spent the morning doing some gardening. I planted a few new herbs and did some weeding. It's such a rewarding activity, Anna. Gardening sounds relaxing. Did you do anything else in the afternoon? Lisa, yes. In the afternoon, I went to a cooking class. I had always wanted to learn how to make sushi, so I signed up for a class at a local culinary school. It was a lot of fun, and I learned a lot. Anna, Sushi making sounds amazing. How did it go? Lisa, it went really well. The sushi turned out delicious, and I'm excited to try making it at home. The instructor was very knowledgeable and made the class enjoyable. Anna, that's great to hear. How did you spend the rest of your Sunday? Lisa, after the cooking class, I went home and had a quiet evening. I cooked a simple dinner and then read a bit more of my book. I also made some plans for the week ahead and did a bit of organizing. Anna, it sounds like you had a fulfilling weekend. Did you enjoy it, Lisa? Yes, I did. It was a nice balance of activities and relaxation. I'm looking forward to the week ahead and hope it will be just as enjoyable. Anna, I'm glad to hear that. Maybe we can try that sushi class together sometime. Lisa, that sounds like a great idea, Anna. Let's plan for it.